Kung ang local government nag-issue ng PAMBI because there are local government, kayo nagmatigas kasi kayo ang DNR. Can you give your presentation if you're not willing to make it? Give us a copy
Yes,
of your
ma'am.
presentation.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Madam Chair, with your indulgence, Madam Chair, if I may be excused, there is a full cabinet meeting this afternoon. I have to head to one. Thank you, Madam Chair. And certainly, Madam Chair, all the different advices and guidance will be taken very seriously by this administration. We are here, and in fact, to actually present a position paper as to how we can strengthen the protection capacity of the DNR, including such measures as demolition summarily. I also wish to thank Senator Bato for coming with us yesterday to Kapatagan, because it really needs to be established that this area is established as a settlement and barangay area by law. It's a township already long before the INAIPAS Act. So we have to contend, of course, with that particular
So why did
reality.
we include that in the protected area? What's the reason? If it's really a town already.
But Madam Chair, it's only a portion of the large area of the Mount Apo.
Almost one half of the entire area.
If I may turn over to ASEC Mars Amaro
Yeah.
of Biodiversity, with your indulgence, Madam Chair, if I may be excused.
Okay,
That's
thank
fine.
you.
Thank you po.
Recognize ASEC Amaro.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor, and with the indulgence of the Secretary. If I got it right, the query is what to do with the settlements that are in the PA. Tama po ba?
Ang tanong ni Madam Chairman, bakit natin pinapa-declare na protected area na alam naman pala natin na marami ng tao na nakatira doon. Yung nga, para bang it defeats the purpose of declaring it as a protected area na hindi naman natin ma-protect dahil nagkalat na ang tao doon. Matagal na nakatira ang mga tao doon. Parang yun ang tanong ni Madam Chair.
Siguro we will have to, thank you, Your Honor. Perhaps we should go back in time when these areas were subject to existing laws and regulations without the recognition of biodiversity conservation as a very important aspect in our day-to-day lives.
Hindi pa uso noon yung biodiversity
conservation.
Yung mga environmental protection, hindi pa uso siguro. Ang uso noon is paano mabuhay ang tao, paano makapaggamit ng natural resources. Yan yung trend noon.
Yes, so, and thank you, Your Honor. Because of the recognition, which are not just within the national context but international at that, we are we are forced to comply with the requirement because biodiversity and with other global concerns are global in nature, and therefore we have to contribute to at least addressing them. So in the process, and the latest was in last year's 2022, where we are now required to provide for a bigger areas as target to be declared for protected areas in both terrestrial and marine. So that's the challenge because we're not starting with zero virgin nature of these areas.
Are you issuing ECC? Kung may hindi na sinunod, bakit dinagdagan nyo pa yung but why did you issue the ECC?
Ma'am, siguro on the part, Madam Chair, on the part of ECC, if these proposed activities are within the allowable, that we call, such as in the multiple use area, which is in the law, enshrined in the law. So we subject them to the environmental impact statement system. And since we cannot just disapprove because
Sa amin na lalagyan ng reclamation alam nyo mamamatay yung mga mangrove namin at babaha kami. But in-issue nyo rin yung ECC doon. O,
Ma'am,
di kasali kayo.
ma'am, can we go to the process, ma'am?
Sabi na in-issue nyo yung ECC dahil kailangan. Hindi kailangan yun.
Ma'am.
Sana kayo, nahiwalay kayo sa kalokohan. Kung ang local government nag-issue ng PAMBI because there are local government, kayo nagmatigas kasi kayo ang DNR. Bakit kayo nag-i-issue?
Ma'am, yeah, ganun nga po, ma'am. So, in the process, because these are allowed under other laws, and because of the reality on the ground, we subject them to the environmental impact statement system.
Yeah, pero ASEC,
Yes,
kasi
ma'am.
at the moment, ang dating sa aming lahat, on paper lang tong konsepto ng protection. Walang actual implementation. It's just parang on paper na declared siyang protected pero hindi talaga siya protected.
And siguro on a personal note, Madam Senator, I've been just over 1 year as BMB, concurrent director.
Naman yan reason, blue.
Ma'am,
Yun ang
hindi
tama,
po on
sinasabi,
paper lang, ma'am.
pinalulusot nyo. Ako, I can understand, nag-issue ng PAMBI kasi may mga local government doon. But yung ECC, purely DNR yan. Ba't kayo nag-issue ng ECC?
Ma'am, first reality check is through the PAMBI.
EMB. Oh.
Ma'am,
Madam Chair, may I be acknowledged?
Senator Legarda.
Thank you very much, Senator Villar, for conducting this hearing, and thank you to everyone present here today. Mula po sa simula ay nandito po ako nakikinig sa inyong lahat. Simple lang po ang katanungan at tama po ang aking mga kasamahan sa sinabi. Ginawa po natin yung batas para proteksyonan. Ayon sa ating batas, ang PAMBI, ang Protected Area Management Bureau, na ang head po ng bawat PAMBI ay yung Regional Executive Director ng DNR, siya po ang chairman. Sa ilalim po ng RED, nandyan po yung Regional Director ng MGB, Mines and Geosciences ng region, at sa ilalim din ng RED ay yung EMB ng region, Environment Management Bureau. Maliban siyempre sa Central, sa Maynila. Ang mga miyembro ng PAMBI ay samut-sari na nakasaad po sa batas. Ang mga PAMBI po ang siyang nagtatalaga kung ang ating tinalaga na protected area ay magiging multiple use zone at strict protection. Sa aking pagkaalam ay dalawa, sinimplehan na lang nila, multiple use. So, ang multiple use po na ito, agrikultura, tama Senator Villar, okay yan. Hindi dapat may mga settlements o mga negosyo na sinisira yung aming konsepto na sabi ni Senator Binay sa protection nga ng protected area. Kaya nakaka-shock na, let's say, yung sinabi niyong dineklara na multiple use, mamaya tatalakayin, ng Bohol ay 97% multiple use. Ngayon, tinatalakay niyo ang Davao, ang Mount Apo, na ang dami rin mga seeming violations. So, wag pong pasa-pasa. 1 year pa lang po ako. Bago pa po ako. Kasi madali po Tingnan lang yung petsa na tinayo, yung settlement, yung resort, kung ano man. At kung sino ang chair ng PAMBI noon, ayun yung Regional Executive Director ng DNR na sigurado ako nandyan pa. At yung taong yun ay dapat kaya niyang sagutin. Maliban dyan, yung pag-issue nga ng ECC, maski sabihin yung multiple use yan sa PAMBI at chair dyan ang DNR na Regional Executive Director. Sabi mo nang nakalusot at maluwag ang PAMBI, ay dapat yung pag-issue ng ECC ng EMB region ay hindi binibigay kung maluwag man ang pag-interpret ng chair ng PAMBI na DNR Regional Executive Director. And I will ask more questions when it comes to Bohol. I will leave it to my colleagues itong sa Davao. Pero yung konsepto na pinag-uusapan po natin sa Davao ay applicable sa Siargao, applicable sa lahat ng protected areas, including and especially Bohol. So, Madam Chair, may I request the DNR to state who was the Regional Executive Director, Chair of PAMBI, who issued the management plan and allowed the multiple use zones that all the settlements were granted during the time. And this question, aside from Davao, will also pertain to the Bohol protected area of the Chocolate Hills. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Can you give the names na lang?
Madam Chair.
Give the names na lang. Tinanong niya na, give the names. Sino yung in charge nung bigyan niya?
The red of Region 7 may be able to provide the answer.
Hindi, ganito po, ang tanong ko po, Madam Chair, Davao pa po ang inyong pinag-ausapan. Kasi I see the frustration of my colleagues, pinapasa-pasa po kayo, ay, bago lang ako dito, ay, hindi pa ako noon, etc. So, from Davao, punta po tayo ng Bohol, yung sa Davao, sabihin nila, sino ba yung red nung panahong yun? Ako, dediretsuhin ko na. Kaibigan ko na ng DNR, pero I want answers. Sa Bohol, sa aking pagsaliksik, ang red yata nung panahong yon ay ASEC ngayon, Gilbert Gonzales. I know Gilbert, so siguro, pag dating natin sa diskusyon ng Bohol, siya yung Regional Executive Director noon na nagbigay ng permit sa Chocolate Hills, dapat sagutin ng DNR, namely si former RED, ngayon naman ay ASEC na si Gilbert Gonzales. Tapos alamin din natin, meron din nagbigay ng isa pang let me see. Yung sa Captain's Peak, dalawa yung pumirma eh. Central Visayas Director at the time, Gilbert Gonzales. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another one is a DNR Central Visayas Director, Paquito Melicor. Ito yung July 14, 2022 na inendorso yung Captain Peaks report. Kasi pag ang tatanungin po natin, Madam Chair, yung nakaupo na sumasagot, Yusek, hindi ko po alam, sa next hearing, etc. Simple lang po, sagutin ng mga nakaupo nung panahong yun na nagbigay ng permit para matuon po natin. Ano ba yung problema ng batas o ng PAMBI o ano ba ang gaps at kailangan merong managot. Hindi pwedeng puro hearing lang. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I would like to hear from the DNR their answers to my very basic and simple queries. Thank you.